welcome back to another episode. I'm your nerdy bearded buddy, and today we are doing a multi-movie review, or thoughts and impressions I might add. If you don't know, Eagle sent me these 4 films, and I thought, well, instead of doing one video for each film, I'm going to talk about each of them in one video. So that's right, 4 films, 1 video. Again, huge shout out to Eagle Entertainment Australia. Guys, these are May releases. These come out this month in May. If you want to check them out, be sure to check out Eagle, check out your local JBHIFI, even check out Sanity online. Check them out digitally if you can. Google Play Movies, everything. I'll leave Eagle in the description below. And let's get started. So the first one is Corner Office. As Orson, the authorities' newest employee, finds himself trapped in the absurdities of corporate life, his alienation deepens when he discovers a room he's told doesn't exist. That's pretty much it to the plot. What did I like about this film? The acting was really good, and you can buy in that all of the characters are everyday, regular, normal, boring, dull, mundane office workers. There's not a lot happening in this film, and I feel like that's done intentionally because, most of the film, 95% of it, is in John Hamm's head. It's pretty much looking at his inner monologue, and I think the fact that there's not a lot happening here is done on purpose, so there's nothing distracting us from that. It provides enough drama to keep it interesting throughout the film. It keeps you guessing, and I kind of enjoyed it. I personally think it's a little bit crazy, but anyone who works, especially in an office, has felt like this at least a little. Also, it was super nice to see Community's Danny Pudi. What let it down the most was its lack of plot, narratively speaking. It's literally just, is this room real or not? And like I said, it's 95% monologue internally. When I look at the movie in the sense of being about mental illness and socially awkward people within an office setting, I tend to like it better. Next up is Jack in the Box. Vintage Jack in the Box is found and opened. Its new owners soon have reasons to believe the creepy clown doll within has a life of its own. So, this film felt like it had a small budget, but I also feel like they spent a lot of that budget on the box and Jack. Which is good because, it looks really creepy and convincing. The cinematography here and the sound could use some more work because it feels rather cheap, low budget, very B movie. However, it's still a pretty fun movie if you go into this for the clown, which is what I did. The acting here is good, but it could also be better. The movie has some drawn out, boring scenes that they didn't feel important to the film. They just felt, like they were there to add bits to keep the movie going. They didn't feel necessary. I didn't really like any of the characters, but it's enough to just keep watching through, and the clown is awesome. Definitely a lot of interesting ideas in this movie that are happening, and I guess around the lore as well, which is pretty cool. Jack in the Box Awakening. So, when a vintage Jack in the Box is opened by a dying woman, she enters into a deal with the demon within that would see her illness cured, in return for helping it claim 6 innocent victims. This is an interesting premise here. So, let me just say, I like this better than the first film. Once again, the costume and effects and the makeup were really good for Jack in the Box. The sound here was actually also a little bit better too, as well as the cinematography. Much like the first film, which I didn't speak about, but in this film too, the kills are just very lackluster. Like, you see something about to happen and it's gestured, and then it kind of just, it cuts away and it doesn't show what happens fully. I feel like if they're going to go for this type of film, they really could have gone a brutal way. Again, I didn't really care about the characters, but I loved the look of Jack, and that's pretty much why I watched these movies. And again, you go into these films for Jack, you're going to have a good time. And the last film, Jack in the Box Rises. When a creepy Jack in the Box is discovered and open on the grounds of an exclusive girls' school, 6 brave students soon enter a fight to the finish. against the Unleashed Demon. So this has a lot of creepy imagery. I feel like the kills, they got, you know, a bit more brutal than the last films, which is nice. Didn't really care for the character or stories again. However, I was still intrigued with the demon clown, and I think that is, like I said with the others, because that's all I wanted from the film, and I was satisfied. I could tell they were going for suspense, but again, I found it more entertaining instead of suspenseful. And yeah, I think, look, on their own, they're just fun, interesting movies, I guess. However, as a trilogy, I think this is a very fresh take in the, I guess, the horror genre, because I, for one, don't watch many clown movies, and yeah, it's pretty cool as a whole trilogy. Like, it's just really cool to see the makeup on Jack, and just him going around getting victims. Alright, so that is my thoughts and impressions on these movies. What do you think of these movies? Have you seen any of them? What's your favourite one? Let me know in the comments below. And as usual, like, comment, subscribe, share this video around, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.